joined by Vivo Maurice, KRU Mazzino, Vikings Sassy, and Furia Nauswer. Press had the option to submit questions beforehand, so we will be reading those first, and then we will take live Q&A. This first question is for Mazzino from Pedro Romero at The Click. Your team is a part of what many people describe as the group of death, alongside Team Liquid, Sentinels, and Furia. How tough do you think it is going to be for KRU to advance past this group and qualify for the knockout stage?
Obviamente va a ser complicado, no es un grupo fácil, pero como hemos dicho antes, no importa el equipo que está al frente, nosotros vamos a dar lo mejor que tenemos y intentar ganarlo, obviamente.
Doesn't really matter for us. It's going to be a tough match, of course, but regardless of who we're facing, we're going to give it the best and try to win it, of course.
This next question is for Nauswer from Pedro Romero at The Click. Prior to qualifying for Champions, Furia had the reputation of faltering at the last hurdle that separated them from winning major events and appearing at international lands. What enabled Furia to exercise their demons in the SA LCQ and qualify for Champions?
I think we improved a lot our communication for the last tournament that was the key to qualify to Champions. I think we play more like a team. We could get at that level to improve in the middle of the tournament every game. So that gives us a confidence to play the Champions.
This next question is for Mazzino from Luis Fernando at Bonus Stage MX. How do you feel being the first Latin American team to play at Valorant Worlds?
Es obviamente un orgullo inmenso ser con los representantes de nuestra región frente a todo el mundo. Nada más que orgullo.
We take a lot of pride in it. It's actually like amazing for us to be here and be the representatives of LATAM. Just pride.
This question is for Maurice from Josh Wilkinson at Plat Chat. You were one of the best duelist players at Berlin, but also have experience playing Sova. With the addition of Mazwara, to the team, did you consider moving back to Sova at any point?
Yes, I do consider moving back to Sova, but for now I'll be taking the same role I did in Masters Berlin, that is being second duelist and flex.
This next question is for Sasi from Pedro Romero at The Click. Besides Vikings finishing 5th, 6th in Masters Reykjavik, Brazil hasn't performed well in international lands. How confident are you of Brazil's chances of seeing one of its teams advancing to the knockout stage?
Honestly, I won't lie. We are underdogs here. We are entering the Champions as underdogs, not just us Vikings, but Vivo, and Furia. And to be honest, for me, it's an advantage because like they don't have material to stud us. It's been a long time that we don't play tournaments. So yeah, people won't respect us and we will show a big surprise for them.
This next question is for Nauswer from Pedro Romero at The Click. What must the team do to continue their momentum that was created from the LCQ for Champions?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What must your team do to continue your momentum that you built at LCQ for Champions?
I think that our momentum in last chance was happening in every game to make it to here. We feel like every tournament that we play in the past in Brazil was we take the third place. We learn a lot in those tournaments. We changed it a lot. Our psychologists make a really good work. We couldn't handle it to make it to now here.
This next question is for Mazzino from Luis at Tribute Gamer. What feeling do you feel being in the group with Sentinels? And could KRU give the highest potential and win against Sentinels?
Como dije anteriormente, no importa quién tengamos al frente, vamos a dar lo mejor que tengamos y obviamente, como es el último torneo, el más importante del año, vamos a dar todo lo que tenemos, lo mejor.
As I just said, it's basically it doesn't matter who we're facing against. It's the last tournament of the year, and we just have to give it all. So let's give us whoever it's got.
This next question is for Maurice from Josh Wilkinson at PlatChat. We have heard mixed news about scrim performance from the Brazilian teams at Champions. How do you feel preparation has gone so far? Are you confident in making it out of groups over Ascend or Envy?
Sure, we are very confident in our gameplay. We are practicing a lot, and I think we have the potential to beat any team in our tournament, in next special Ascend or Envy. Anyways.
This next question is for Mazzino from Luis Fernando at Bonus Stage MX. What do you consider to be the skills that the team has, and do you think those skills can take you to the final?
Según yo, nuestras cosas como principales como equipo son la estructura que tenemos dentro del juego y algo que hemos tenido, los problemas que hemos tenido en los torneos anteriores, que ha sido como la falta de creatividad, por decirlo así, en medio de los rounds. Eso lo hemos ido mejorando y esperamos que en el Mundial se demuestre.
One of the things that we have as a team is basically the communication and the organization we have inside. And one of the problems we had in prior tournaments was the lack of creativity between rounds. But now we've worked a lot of that and we'll show much improvement right now.
Next question is for Mazzino from Ricardo Vaz de Melo at VZone. KRU is considered the biggest LATAM force and are one of the 3 teams that were in Masters Reykjavik, Berlin, and now Champions. Does this give you more pressure? Does the team feel more pressure?
No sabría si llamarlo presión. Digo, presión no, porque ya hemos demostrado todo el año que somos de los mejores de Latinoamérica. Pero sí nos da como esa sensación de tener que hacerlo bien, sí o sí.
I wouldn't call it pressure per se, because we've proven ourselves before that we are one of the best teams in LATAM, but it does give us like the right or the need to try and be the best again.
This next question is for Maurice for VZone. You guys are now back in Berlin to play Champions. With the boot camp, what did you feel that the team improved during your boot camp?
Well, so I think we were able to get better in a lot of aspects that we were trying to improve. Fundamentals was one of the most important, and those things they are really difficult to practice in Brazil. So I think with the bootcamp we were able to achieve at least like close to what we wanted to play, you know. Yeah, that's mostly it. It helps a lot playing versus very good teams. Every screen is really hard, and we're just very happy to play here and practice here.
This next question is for Sasi from VZone. The expectations on Vikings are huge. For some people, the team already qualified for the playoffs. How are you guys working to not let this distract you?
I mean, for us, we are not qualified for the playoffs, of course. Like, people are saying that's group, but there's no easy group for us, honestly. Like, okay, our first match against Crazy Raccoons, but we still have Gambit and we still have Team Secret. They are not bad teams. Crazy Raccoon is not a bad team. So we are not like facing Crazy Raccoon as like, okay, we got an easy team. No, that's not how it works. We are taking that like baby steps. Okay, we need to face Crazy Raccoon first. So, okay, let's try to win against them first, and then we think about the next opponent. So yeah, just baby steps first. We're not qualified.
This next question is for Maurice from Adarsh Kumar at Sportskeeda. We witnessed the excellence of Heat in VCT Stage 3 Masters. How does Heat compare against top Jet players like Tens, CNED, or Ye?
For me, he's the best Jet in the world. I really appreciate watching him play. I think like the players you said like are the top 4 for me, but it's just really good to play with him. I learn a lot from him. He's actually an inspiration for me. He's really good in the duels, and like it's just it's a pleasure for me to play like with a really good player at my side.
Our final pre-submitted question is for Sassy from VZone. As Sadak said in a previous interview, the bootcamp was really important and helpful for your team. After this bootcamp, do you feel now that Vikings are prepared for champions?
For sure. Like we feel that now we understand more about the game, more about the macro feelings. So yeah, now we understand what we are doing on the map, because before it was really hard. So yeah, the bootcamp was necessary for us. So we are confident to face the next opponents on these champions.
We will now transition to taking live questions from journalists in the Zoom call. Please use the Zoom hand raise feature to queue yourself in line for a question, and I will call on you. You may ask your question in Portuguese, Spanish, or English. Alejandro from Jinx Esports.
Hola, mi pregunta va a ser para Massino de KRU Esports. Como sabemos, siempre que se enfrentan a los equipos de Brasil, el resultado siempre ha sido igual. Como ya lo vimos con Sharks, ya lo vimos también con Kit. ¿Piensas que pasará lo mismo en el caso de que se dé ese enfrentamiento con Furia? ¿Y qué piensas acerca de enfrentarte a Sentinels o a Team Liquid?
Como ya he dicho un par de veces ya, que no importa quién tengamos al frente, vamos a dar lo mejor que tengamos, no importa quién sea. Y respecto a lo de los equipos de Brasil, digo, uno nunca sabe realmente, que sea lo que Dios quiera. Siempre digo eso yo.
So the question was, every time you've faced against the Brazilian teams, both Sharks and Vivo KD in the past, the result has been the same. Do you think it will be repeated? It will repeat itself, against Furia? And what do you think about facing Sentinels and Team Liquid? Massino's answer was that, as he said in the past, it doesn't matter who he's facing against. He'll do everything he can, even if it's Sentinels or Team Liquid. And respecting the Furia thing, they really don't have like an opinion. Everything can happen, everything can change. So just that respect for his fellow American.
Ignacio from Alerta Geek.
Hola, mi pregunta es para Massino. Hace un par de conferencias atrás le pregunté a Chazam y a Jumpy qué opinaban de KRU. Y ambos dijeron que era un equipo que impresionaba y que sobre todo sobresalían en las prácticas. Pero fuera de las prácticas como que se perdían un poco. ¿Por qué pasa eso?
Según yo, eso pasa obviamente porque la mayoría de nosotros no tenía ninguna experiencia en torneos presenciales, y obviamente salir como de la nada a un torneo presencial internacional así de grande te afecta un poco, pero gracias a las 2 Masters que estuvimos ya, sé que llegamos bien preparados para el Mundial.
Muchas gracias.
So the question was that a couple of conferences ago, the reporter asked Shazam and Jampy what they thought about KRU Esports, and they said that they were a really good team on practices and scrims, but then at the stage they would lack a lot of skill. And then Massino's answer was that it happens mostly because they didn't really have a lot of international experience in their past, but now with the 2 Masters that have already happened, he doesn't really think that will happen again.
Ricardo Vaz de Melo.
Salve. Minha pergunta ZR, eu queria saber como que você acha que o time de vocês vai lidar com a pressão de jogar o primeiro evento internacional, né, do time e ainda num grupo que é considerado o grupo da morte.
When we play Last Chance, I see that we don't feel any pressure, and I think like we are mostly the underdogs of the group, so I'm pretty sure that we play without any pressure this tournament.
Obrigado.
So the question was, I would like to know how your team will deal with the pressure of your first international event and the so-called group of death.
Lucas, Esports GG Brazil.
Olá, pessoal. Minha pergunta é para o Maurice, da Vivo Cade. É a segunda vez que vocês vão para um campeonato internacional e acredito que alguns ânimos devem ter já acalmado um pouco, mas agora vocês vêm com um jogador que nunca teve uma participação no Valorant internacional. Você acha que isso pode trazer algum tipo de peso para a equipe?
Primeiramente, boa noite. Eu acredito que a gente já vinha bem preparado até para o primeiro campeonato em relação a mental. A maioria dos jogadores do nosso time tem bastante experiência. A gente consegue passar bastante isso para os outros jogadores também. E em relação à MWZera, eu duvido que algo disso vai afetar. Ele é um cara muito confiante, né, nele como pessoa, nele como jogador. Ele sabe muito bem o que ele quer e eu duvido que isso seja um problema para a gente.
Muito obrigado, boa noite para vocês.
Valeu.
This is your second international event, and I feel like now you guys must be with a lot of calmer than before. But now you have a new player on your team. Do you think that this will be a waste on your team going to this championship? And the answer was, I believe that we were fine last time, mentally speaking as well. Every one of our teammates have experience, and we can use that on our next tournaments. And with relation to MW, nothing can affect him very much. He's very confident as a player, and he is really good in the game as well. So we feel very confident with him in our team.
Only Gamers LATAM.
Thank you. My question is for Mazino. Hola Mazino, ¿cómo estás? Quiero saber si hay algún mapa que consideras más desequilibrado para ustedes jugar en, considerando el grupo donde está KRU, y qué opinas sobre Fracture en Valorant Champions.
Así como un mapa más desequilibrante para nuestro favor, no diría así como alguno específico, pero no hay ninguno específico. Y respecto a Fracture, obviamente es un mapa muy interesante porque cambia totalmente, comparado a otros mapas, y va a ser interesante verlo en el Mundial.
Muchas gracias.
The question was whether there was any map that Massino considered unbalanced against KRU Esports facing this group, and what he thought about Fracture being here at Champions. The answer was he doesn't really think that there is a map or a specific map where they feel disadvantaged, and that Fracture actually changes a lot of things to like the whole competitive, and it'll be something really interesting to see here at Champions.
Kobe Zucker, upcomer.
Hi, also from Mazzino. You're one of the few players that's been at all the international lands for the VCT. I'm wondering how the anticipation for Champions compares to previous events, if there's anything special about it.
Sí, obviamente tiene algo especial porque es como al ser el último torneo del año, es como el culmine de como la emoción, por decirlo así, en el que realmente uno quiere demostrar todo lo que tiene, todo lo que ha trabajado este año.
Yeah, of course it's something special because it's the last tournament of the year. It's what you've worked all year long to get, and it's like the climax of everything. So we obviously want to prove all we're worth.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mark, Absolute Legends.
Sorry, I'm mute. My question for Sassy. Team Vikings played last official match in August, over 3 months ago. Have you managed to save a competitive spirit in a team during this time? Because official matches and scrims are different things.
Well, we have been working quietly, to be honest. We took like 1-2 weeks off and then got back to scrims. So yeah, like you said, it's pretty different to screen and play competitive. We're missing it. Like we are too excited to play the tournament now, the champions. So yeah, but I feel like we are ready for it. You know, like we have been prepared for 2 months, and we since January we set the goal that we need to come to champions, and we got it. We got the spot. Now we are here, so that's what we came for, and we are ready. That's it.
Thank you.
Brandon, run it back.
All right, this is another one for Mazzino. As the only Latin American team that has made it to these international lands, you know, even with a Brazil team coming through the South American Last Chance qualifier, what is something the rest of the region needs to do to represent on this international stage for whatever Valorant holds in 2022?
Según yo, nuestra región en sí va bien encaminada, se podría decir, pero falta como más profesionalismo de una forma para que los equipos crezcan más y se impulsen unos a otros y así poder poder representar más internacionalmente.
I actually think that our region is well in course of going places, but we still lack some professionality in many of the teams, and we really need like each team to support each other in order to grow together as a region and then bid and prove more in the international stage together.
Ratiti Sportskita.
Hi, my question will be to Noswell of Furia. So, Furia will be facing Sentinels in their first match. I just wanted to know how much is the team prepared and confident to face them?
Like I said before, I think our team is not feeling any pressure to that match. We are prepared. We have a lot of things that we changed. We made a bootcamp here in this area. We put a lot of our biggest lacks that we have in our team, that was communication and the way that we lead the games. Yeah, shows that.
Average Jonas, representing a watch party.
Hello, my name is Jonas. I like to shoot arrows. I have a question for Sassy. I was wondering how much of, because you've played solo quite a lot, so I was wondering how much of your preparations in custom lobbies and ability usage, how much of that has made you prepare the tactics for your team?
Oh, hi, Jonas. Big fan.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, you know, I got the spots from you, bro. To be honest. Oh, yeah, like, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I got the spots a lot from you, dude. I got from your videos. So that's funny. I got a lot from you, dude. But yeah, thank you a lot. You got me to champions, bro.
Thank you. I'll cheer for you, man. That's good to hear. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ricardo Vaz de Melo.
Salve. Minha pergunta é para o Maurice. No Master de Berlim, Maurice, a gente viu vocês fazerem boas partidas, né, contra a KRU e contra a Envy, e com placares bastante apertados. E a gente sentiu que vocês tiveram um pouco de dificuldade para poder fechar essas partidas, né, que foram com placares muito apertados. O que você acha que vai ser preciso para isso não acontecer nesse campeonato?
Salve, Ricardo. Bom, primeiramente, é sobre o que eu falei mais cedo, questão de conceito de mapa, conceito de FPS mesmo. Nos 2 jogos a gente cometeu alguns erros que acabaram afetando um pouco o mental da nossa equipe, e eu acredito que para essa vez a gente focou bastante nisso. a gente vai chegar bem mais preparado, errando menos, e acredito que essa dificuldade de fechar os mapas não vai acontecer novamente. E realmente são coisas que a gente consegue evitar, e a gente vai conseguir fechar os mapas provavelmente quando acontecer.
Valeu.
Deu uma tiltada.
The question was on M3 Berlin. We saw that you had really good matches against KRU and Envy. They were very close, but you had difficulty to close the matches. So what do you think it will be needed this time so that this won't happen again? So Moody's answer was, as I said earlier, it has a lot to do with the concept of map. And even though like we made a few mistakes in the beginning that affect our mental game at first, and during this time we corrected that and we practiced a lot, and we feel like we are much more prepared now to avoid this type of mistakes early map, and we really think that we will be able to avoid that and do much better this time.
Gabriel, MGG Brazil.
Ok, thank you. Minha pergunta é para o Muriz. Muriz, essa lineup da Vivo Cage, né, foi formada por jogadores que vieram de diferentes times, né, e vocês tiveram um encaixe muito rápido, né, tanto que se classificaram para o Masters de Berlim, mas enfim, em alguns detalhes, fizeram alguns jogos importantes e não conseguiram ir para os playoffs, né. E é uma pergunta dupla. Como tem a adaptação do MW0 ao time, né, nessa nova composição de vocês, e em que ponto você acha que a equipe mais amadurecer para não repetir os erros que foram cometidos lá no Masters de Berlim?
Bom, a adaptação com o MW0 foi bem tranquila. Ele é um cara que entende, que aprende fácil, que aprende rápido. Ele é muito esforçado também. E também a ideia dele de jogo, a gameplay dele se encaixou bastante com o time, então não teve tanta dificuldade, não precisamos adaptar tanto assim dentro de jogo. E em relação aos jogos do Mundial, você pode repetir a pergunta, por favor, novamente? Que eu não lembro o finalzinho.
Não, claro. É que, enfim, alguns jogos são decididos nos detalhes, lá no Masters de Berlim, vocês acabaram perdendo, né? E em que você acha que a equipe mais amadureceu, enfim, para que esses erros que foram cometidos lá em Berlim não se repitam no Champions?
Bom, eu acredito que a consciência de conseguir jogar mais como equipe e tentando menos de decidir individual, principalmente em momentos de vantagem. Então, esses fatores afetam bastante no final da partida. Então, a gente vai conseguir fechar os jogos e, se tudo der certo, conseguir passar para os playoffs.
Muito obrigado.
So the question was, before, Cage lineup was made of players that came from all different teams, and they fit together so fast. But unfortunately, they could not go to playoffs. So right now, you added MW. What happened? Like, what you feel like the team group grow up in order not to make mistakes again? So Moody's answer was, the adaptation was very easy. MW learns really fast, and he's very hardworking. His gameplay is really similar to ours. And about the Masters before, I believe that the conscience of the gameplay, like team play, improved a lot, and not like a solo play like we often fell back to. Like we are playing more as a team, and in the end of the game, this gets a lot of advantage, and it shows in the end of the matches that these mistakes will not be made again. And I believe that with that, we will be able to go through.
Augusto, LATAM Power.
Hi guys, so my question is for Massino. ¿Qué tal, Massino? Te quería preguntar, previamente mencionabas que el crecimiento que tuvo el equipo tras sus participaciones internacionales en los Masters, ¿no? Se dio, de cara a su primer encuentro contra Liquid. ¿Cómo compararías el nivel actual que tiene KRU Esports y Liquid respecto a su encuentro en Reykjavik de hace 7 meses?
Obviamente nosotros demostramos que se mejoró de gran manera desde Reykjavik a Berlín, y ahora de nuevo nos enfrentamos contra Team Liquid y ellos también cambiaron cosas y mejoraron demasiado como demostraron últimamente. Así que va a ser un encuentro muy interesante de ver y de jugar, obviamente.
So the question was that they faced against Team Liquid in the past, and how would Masino compare the level of team play of Team Liquid and KRU from last time from Masters Reykjavik? So Masino's answer was that he actually feels like both teams have grown a lot since then. KRU Esports obviously has proven that, and Team Liquid has also done his fair changes with Nivera coming in. So he actually feels that this match will be really interesting and basically a whole different story.
Our final question goes to Neil at the Score.
It's Niall from the Score Esports here. My question's for Stassi. You spent many, many years competing in League of Legends, and I'm sure that one of your main goals was always to attend Worlds. So now you're about to compete in the equivalent of Worlds, but in a different Riot title. So I want to ask, how does it feel to represent Brazil at Champions?
Well, I mean, it's an honor for sure. I've always tried on League of Legends. Unfortunately, I couldn't. But I think one of the reasons that I'm here is because I tried on League of Legends. So yeah, it was a great experience for me. It has been a great ride. And because of League of Legends, I'm here today playing Champions on FPS game for Riot. So yeah, for me, it's a great honor. I'm just happy to be on part of this. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here on this press conference as well.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That will conclude the third press conference. We will continue with the fourth press conference soon, but first we will have the players stand up and get their photo taken.